What's up, comic book junkies? We are not live. So much to do, so little time. So Nighttiger Comics review, The Lost City. We watched it last night. There were some good, really funny moments in it, but overall it wasn't a really funny movie. But it was, I would say, average. So there's Nighttiger's review on The Lost City. Sandra Bullock, Chad Tatum, Brad Pitt, and spoilers, pause it if you want to hear this part. I can't believe that they shot Brad Pitt right through the brains. I was like, you're not expecting that. At first I was like in shock, and then I just laughed. So
watch Nighttiger Comics.
Nighttiger Comics.
Nighttiger Comics. Nighttiger Comics. What? Nighttiger Comics.
Yeah.
You never know what you're missing. So hard. And today's sponsor is Rockstar Energy Drinks. Brought to you by Nighttiger Comics. And this is Punched. So you came here for comics. We're going to show you comics. Okay, first of all, I got these from Switch Comics. Marcos, you can contact him on Instagram. You can get these custom made. They're cheaper by a few dollars if you buy whatever he makes. But these are slabbed. Slide over here. Keychains of my favorite comic in my collection. So it's a 9/8. Doesn't say conserved, but you can see I have one here. So pretty cool. And then I got a second one. I figured I only have one set of keys. I wanted to buy more, but I didn't know what I'm going to do with them. I could just hang them up in the room. But this is a 7/0 conserved, and this is a 9.8 not conserved. So it's $8 a piece, $6 shipping. So not too bad. Thank you, Marcos, from Switch Comics. And then my wife, I showed them to her, and she was like, wow, those are great. Can I have one? I said, well, you're not having the Silver Streak. It's my favorite comic, and nobody's having it. Okay, what do we got? We got 4 hauls here. Overall, 4 hauls. So let's start out. We're not doing them all in this video. This is going to be a short video because this is just a few things from the shop. And, well, let's get into it. So this was an eBay win. With shipping and the taxes, it came out to much more than I really wanted to put into this book. So I won it for, I think I won this for $50. But after shipping, taxes on eBay ended up being $70. So it's a Whitman variant, though. Jim Apparel cover with, I knew I was going to forget his name now. And I know it's not Zero. It's Dr. Freeze, Mr. Freeze. The iconic role by Arnold Schwarzenegger. And that was a 7/0. This Batman 308 from 1979. And then I went to the little shop here in town. I hadn't been in quite a while. And I needed sleeves. So he said he doesn't have any modern. They're all out. So I said, I better get in there and pick up what I can before he's out of everything. So he had some regulars left, which are like Bronze Age size. And he didn't raise the price on them. It was great. So $8 for 100 Mylights. I got 2, and then I asked him when he had to go in the back and get them. I said, well, how many of these do you have that are available for sale? And he said, really, those last 2 I'm not selling anymore. So I said, you can't just give me one more then? And he's like, nope. So these are the last he has of the modern Mylights. He has Silver Age. He has Golden Age. So I'm going to get in there, and I'm going to pick up quite a few more bags of silver and bronze at $8. Because they're going to be out, and who knows when this stuff's coming in. So I like to just go there. He's not getting any collections in. This is Vibranium Comics in Ocala. I actually have a Comic Fest coming up this Saturday at the Paddock Mall in Ocala. You want to check that out. There's always great deals on older books. Not this modern, not 90s stuff like that. There's good stuff there. So this was $1. I already have it, but stuff like this is good to start up a stack of giveaways, which I need to end my secret contest soon. And just Invaders number 17. I don't know who does that cover. Actually, looks like it's a Kirby cover actually. So for $1, a Kirby cover, Marvel, Bronze Age, nice. I think it's pretty high grade too. It's probably like a 7.0. Then I already had this, but man, it's hard to turn down, especially a Bronze Age book with the Batman, the Spectre, and Dr. Fate on the cover. Look at all the floating heads, roster, duty call, whatever. I always thought that was kind of silly, but then DC was always kind of silly all the way around. This is a high grade book, and this was $5. And I already had it. Like I said, it's probably an upgrade for me, and then mine can go in a prize box. I want to start giving away stacks of just Bronze Age, Silver Age stuff. This is a book. Whenever it's 5 or under, I pick it up. Batman Dark Knight, number 50. Gold embossed Joker cover by Brian Bullard. That is sweet. And there is an elusive newsstand. I've seen it. So be on the lookout for that book. This is my second copy. And then this, so there was 2 trips to this store. I don't know which, well, the guy walked in with some trades to sell, and he bought the whole lot, and then I got this hardcover for $10. I'd never read this, and I actually passed up on a first print 9/8 copy for, was it $50? Still regret it. It was actually the very first comic fest we had in Ocala. And ever since then, of course, I'll never get it for that price again. This was the $15 book, score of that little haul. The Book of Doom number 1, which I don't really like that cover because it's so blurry, so fuzzy that you can't really make it out clearly. But anyway, that's cool. Okay, so then I went back the next weekend, which was this weekend. I don't buy new books, but this was there, and it's actually a facsimile of the first appearance of Hawkeye. He ordered 3. 1 was there. I took it. This is a book that I've almost bought a few times over the last 4 or 5 years. And this is another book. Whenever I find this for $1, and I'm going to show this to you, I'm going to tell you why that I recommend you pick this thing up. And I'm going to give this away. I already have a copy, but I'm going to always pick these up to give them away for inspiring. Now, I didn't put any markings on this. He already had it in a My Light, so usually when that happens, I tend to forget. This is Detective Comics 512. This is the 85th anniversary special edition. So I recommend it. Not only is the art in here great, because I believe it's Don Newton. The story, this time in the Detective Comics, it was really great creators. But there's a letter in here, and let's look at it. I believe it's 2 pages. And it's a letter that was sent in by Joe Siegel. And if you don't know who he is, he's the co-creator of Superman. And I remember reading this. It is just so fascinating. Okay, so here it is. You got that. And this is Joe's, is it Joe? Who is it? He's writing to Dick Giordano. It's actually, he wrote in a letter to the letters page, and it was a 2-page letter. I wanted to see. Okay, it's Jerry Siegel. So he wrote in, and he pretty much shared with you what was happening in his life at the time that this book was being prepared for publication, issue 1. So him and Joe were assigned a piece in it. I think it was Slam Bradley that they were working on, and maybe Crimson Avenger or something like that. So they're talking about how poor they were, how they got their utensils. Like they had to wait for the butcher to come, and they would clean the paper and dry it and use that to draw comics. That I forget who was running DC at the time, the Colonel. that he stole their artwork from them and how he did it, and what was going into this first issue of Detective, because basically Detective Comics was a company, and that was their first comic that they were publishing. And later on, it was two, and that merged, and then a third merged with those two to become DC later on. It's really fascinating for a buck. I'm still remembering how excited I was reading it. I love stuff like that. This was $1. The first appearance of Renee Montoya, a high grade copy too. I think this thing got overlooked. But when I was walking out, he rang it up $1. And this was a book that I always thought was too pricey, and so I didn't buy it. And now I got it for $1. It's really nice. Let's look at. See if you like to do this. Let's look at it. Let's nerd out. Basically, is what we're saying. Like we're freaking out in our brain. Okay, yeah, this book is minty. I love how people do that. I'm a nerd. Look at my book. It's pristine. It's crisp. It's clean. It's a 9A candidate. I never really liked this cover anyway. I don't know who the cover artist is. I think it's that one guy I don't like. Yep, Norm Brayfogle or whatever his name is. I don't like his art. Okay, I'm going to pause this. I got a phone call. Okay, where were we? That's my neighbor. He likes us to take him shopping to church. For some reason, he can never get through to my wife, but he can always get through to me. But Lenny's cool, yeah. So anyways, so that was Renee Montoya. And then so he didn't have a whole lot, and he actually had the first Brother Voodoo, Strange Tales, what is it, 179, I think, for $240, like a 2.0. I was about to go up and offer him $100, thinking he may take it. And I was one on eBay for $100 and similar grade. So check it out if you guys want that book. But then I decided, I don't want to, I'm trying not to spend any big money for a while. I got things coming up. But this was $15. I don't know if this is volume 1 or 2. It may be volume 2, but this was $15. It's a near mint copy. Batman vs. Predator #1. I'm curious, because he did have 2 volumes there. He had them both, and he had all the books. I just like the cover on this one better. The other #1 had the variant of Predator and then the regular cover with Batman, or vice versa. But I wanted them both on the cover at the same time. I guess this is actually the first one. I wonder why the other one seemed to be more expensive. And he had it in numerical order before this one. And he's very particular in keeping his books in order. I guess this is volume 1, so this is a cool cover. I like it. And then got 4 left. I don't even know how long we ran, because anyways, this was an eBay. No, this was a my comic shop purchase. I put it on my list. I kind of didn't want to pull the trigger on it because I don't buy Silver Age online too much. And this is #7, December 1957. Just a beautiful cover. But as I do my research each day, looking for the good buys and stuff, this came to be noticeably more scarce, in my understanding, and for the grade, the price, a book that probably may not be seen again. So this was $37. And that's what shipping. So it was $31, and then I added the $6 shipping. It's a beautiful cover, and it's an early number, great condition. The art is just really good. There was a little bit later issue, but this one was much better. This was $20 eBay purchase, just like a 3.0 copy, first Animal Man in costume. You could actually get this book for, I think I paid $22 with shipping or something like that. $28 altogether. And I've seen several other copies on eBay for around the same price with the same grade. So if this is something you want, they're out there. And then this is from the other shop. It was my anniversary weekend. My wife didn't buy me anything. I don't know. I was trying to hint all the time. Like, I told her this is my gift to myself, thinking she might, oh, wow, I didn't get him anything. But it's okay. I mean, I'm fine. I got everything I need. It was just kind of weird that she didn't really buy me anything. Usually she'll give me $50, $100. Maybe it slipped her mind. I don't know. But we had a great time. We had massages. We went out to eat. We split it up on the next weekend, went to see Maverick. And this is Tales to Astonish. I didn't do the research on... It's a 10-cent cover, so that means 1960 or later. Krang. And that was $30. The wall book. Anyways, isn't it funny how it's morphed into the... Well, it's a wall book, but these are the excess, so they're in boxes. Well, then it's not a wall book anymore. But I know what they mean. It's a key issue. So Grail, big Grail of mine. I don't rarely have Grails. I think in my collection, I can think, if I have to think quick, there's 3 that I can really quickly. Silver Streak 12, Doctor Strange, number 169, and this book right here. I'm after this book for a while. It's expensive. I paid $150, and the cover's there. It's attached. The centerfold's there. There was a coverless copy of this for much more than this one, so I was happy. I pressed it, and I couldn't do too much for it, but here we go. Strange Tales 205, first appearance of Dead Man, and I waited. It's probably 10 years. This is a big book to me. And I didn't want something falling apart. I didn't want something missing centerfolds, back covers, huge chunks out of the cover, coverless. This is the first book that I've seen in 10 years. I don't know if I wouldn't say 10, maybe 4. I mean, I've been wanting it for 10, but probably 4 is when I really started looking for that right copy. So what did I pay for this? I paid $184 with shipping, taxes. eBay just kills you. So why do they have to charge tax? I don't know. My comic shop doesn't. But anyways, there you go. Rumors in 2020 that this character would narrate a series on HBO Max, kind of like a EC kind of series where he'd be the narrator. This is 205, October 1977. First cover, origin, and appearance of Dead Man. And that's it. That's my Grail, baby. Really happy to have that. I'm happy to have all of these. Really, I'm just happy. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you all hanging out. Stay tuned. I'm going to be putting up some hauls. I've been too lazy for a while. Nighttiger. Peace out.